Now that you know how to successfully log in and get your game created and started, it's important to understand how to navigate around Bloxels and what everything does. So the first thing across the top, we are inside Game Builder, but we can also switch to Character Builder, where we can create our own characters if you wanted to. You could do the Art Builder, which is all the different types of backgrounds and things along in your game, or the Background Builder, which would obviously show the background of that game. But I'm just going to go back into my game, and those are those four across the top. And what I meant by background builders, you can see right here, defaulted to this one. What's important to know, though, is all of these were created by the Bloxels company. I can create them myself if I wanted to. Again, if I say background builder, I can create a new one and do that myself. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to stay in my game and just going to use what Bloxels has created. So that's what those four across the top do. This one, your avatar, again, it will show you how to log out, which we talked about in a previous video. And then this one is to switch to the builder or to the arcade where you can play other games. So across the bottom here where there are different tabs, this first tab is very important. These are the different types of blocks inside of Bloxels. So the green blocks are terrain. Think of terrain like dirt, cement, those kinds of things that you can walk on. The blue are liquid blocks. Those allow you to float and swim by jumping in it, so it'll have that effect as if it's water. Purple is an enemy block. By creating an enemy, it could be something that the character runs into along the way as part of your story. Pink is a power-up, so they could get a rocket pack, all kinds of different things that you could recover lost health, change into a different character, fly, do all different kinds of things. Red is a hazard. Think of that where it could be spikes, and when they run into it, it could hurt them. It could be lava that they run into. It could be a variety of different things. Orange is an action block. Those are blocks that can be picked up by the character, by this person right here, and can be moved around, thrown, all different kinds of things. The yellow block is a collectible. So think of that as they're collecting things along the way. It could be points, it could be coins, it could be rings, something that that character is collecting as part of the story. And the white are the story blocks, which is where you're going to put your story. So when the character gets to those story blocks, that is what they would run into to read part of your story. So that's what this first one is. That's what all of those represent. So right now, since I haven't done anything, you can see on my screen I am just on the green terrain. Okay, as part of that, the next tab, you see all these little plus signs. When I click on a plus sign, you could see it says My Stuff. These are things that I've maybe created or are associated with this account, again, since they could be shared account. What I want you to do is you're going to go to Asset Packs. And again, these are all things that were created by Bloxels characters and the company themselves. So at the very top, it says Default. That's the asset pack I'm in right now. You can see there's Classic, Castle, City, Egypt. There's Ninjas. There's Fields. There's all kinds of stuff. But I'm just going to stay on this default one. You can see all of the different things that I can add. So for the sake of this, let's say I'm going to do grass. Double click it. And when I click off, you can see it's on the bottom left here. So these things here are how they were filled. So I can keep going across the bottom and I can keep clicking the plus sign. Okay, the wrench, and actually before I get to the wrench, the rest of these we'll get into in the next video when we actually start building. The wrench is just tap a block to configure. I haven't added any blocks yet, but what that would mean is, let's say I have an enemy block right here. When I go back to this wrench, it says tap a block to configure. I can click on it, and now I can decide what the enemy has, how it's going to attack, all those different kinds of things. That's what the wrench is. And again, not every type of block has the ability to be configured. So you can see only this first one does. I'm clicking the second one, and it's not working. And then what you can do along the way is the important piece is we are going to always test. So you can see, just try to knock me down because we put that as an enemy. We didn't set anything, but that's what that's going to do. So it's important, though, as you go, and again, I'm just using my arrow keys left, right, up, and down, and the space bar as well. Those are the only keys you really need. So I can then hit edit, and go right back to my view and start going. The nice thing is you can see up here as I'm moving my guy, I have all of this space. So you'll see in the next video when we start to make and add different blocks how they're going to reach the top. And you can see as I click here, I have all this space. All I'm at right here is this middle. I have so much room to build and kind of make your game endless. So in the next video, we will show how to turn some of these blocks into actual things so you can get started with your game.